Mad Scientist, it's Miss Sarah here, and today we're gonna build a house of cards. What's a house of cards? Well, literally, it's a house that you build out of cards. And when you build it, you have to be very careful. You have to balance everything just so, because the slightest shift and everything can come tumbling down. So sometimes people talk about a house of cards and they use it in a figurative way where they're talking, that's a house of cards, like it could end suddenly, quickly, anytime. But we're gonna play around with paper today. First, we'll see what I can do with these political ads. Then I'll show you how you can build with your index cards that are in your kit. So I folded a bunch of these ads up so that they are similar in size, and I'm gonna start building my house. So I put the camera on fast forward and I'm building, and I'm trying to set things down very carefully so that it won't just slide off and collapse. Let's see how I do. And collapse. All right, so in your kit, you guys got some tape and some index cards. We're going to use the tape because it's going to help us build something that's a little sturdier. So if you try and lean your cards together like you would with playing cards, it might be easy to put the first two together. By the time you start putting the next two together, things just fall apart. So we are going to experiment with folding and taping to see if we can make some structures that are going to be stronger. So first, I folded some index cards in half, right? So they look like little tents. And let's see how these guys stack up. Because these cards have a fold in the middle, they are able not to slide away from each other, right? They don't come apart quite so easily. So I am up to 2 layers here, and I'm going to keep folding my cards in half. Now we're up to 3 layers here. Let's see what happens if I try to add a 4th layer. I'm looking a little crooked, right? Looks like maybe my house is not that balanced. Oh, and I got 1 more layer. Until I put that card on top. What can we do to make these sturdier? Well, let's see. What happens if we put them together with our tape and turn them into triangles that have all 3 sides together? When I put them together like this, they smush down, right? What about when I stand them up tall? Are they a little stronger that way? Let's see what happens when we make a few more. So now I have 4 blue triangles, and I'm going to put them 2 layers deep with a plain card in the middle. Let's see what happens when I try and add a 1-pound box of baking soda. Oh, the smushing has started. What if there was a way to stack them differently? Let's see what happens now. So when we stack the triangles so that their walls are going up and down, they are much stronger and they're able to hold that 1-pound box of baking soda. Do you think we can try and make some different shapes? Let's fold some of these cards in half, and then we're going to combine them with another card, and what we're going to do is make kind of a half circle shape. And we'll see if this half circle shape is strong. Since we've learned that our shapes are going to be stronger if the walls are up and down, let's set up our half circles that way so that the up and down walls. And look, we are able to hold another pound of baking soda. But do you think we can go taller? Let's take our triangles and add them on top for layer 3. And then another layer, layer 4. And what do you think? Do you think it can hold our baking soda? And it can. Voila! Now in science, it's always fun and important to take measurements. So I'm going to measure my stack here, and I am 12 inches tall. Do you think we can go taller? Do you think we can make some other shapes? I'm going to try making some zigzag shapes, kind of like you would see when you have corrugated cardboard, and see how that works. What do you guys think? So to make these shapes, I'm going to fold it in half once, and then fold each side in half 1 more time. Each time going the opposite way. So this is like an accordion shape. Just like that. It's kind of springy. We've got 2 of them. What happens when we put something on top? Wow, see how it kind of squishes out on the side? Maybe we need to do something to keep it from squishing out. What could we do? That's an idea. I'm going to tape it to another card. That will keep my accordion from smushing out sideways. So maybe that'll make it a little bit stronger. What do you think? Let's see and let's find out. All right, so now I'm going to test it out and see if it'll hold the baking soda. And it does. It gets a little smushy, but it still holds it. So now I'm going to make another set because it's always good to have pairs. And let's see what happens when we have 2 of these and we stack them on top of each other. What do you think will happen? Do you think they'll be strong enough? Do you think they'll collapse? Oh, and they smush all the way. So what did we learn before? If we put our walls up and down instead of side to side, they're going to be a lot stronger. How strong do you think these walls will be? Do you think they'll be able to hold our baking soda? Let's see. And it does. What do you think? What else do you think we could try? Maybe we could try stacking this on top of our other stacks of cards and see how tall we can go. Now, it's still important to make sure you have balance and try and keep things lined up, right? Oh, I look like I'm way off balance. Do you think this is going to work? I see that I can see from this angle that I am leaning seriously to the left. Do you see that? How my stacks are going over? What do you think is going to happen when I try and put the weight on top? Oh, let's measure it first. Looks like we're at 15 inches now. And I'm putting my baking soda on top. And it's collapsing! I bet if my tower was a little bit straighter, it might not have collapsed. Let's see. So now I have restacked all of my folded and taped cards and trying to make them as even as possible so that when the weight comes down, it'll push straight down instead of off to the side to fall over. And I'm wondering if maybe there's some other shapes we can make. What if we take a card and we just fold it around in a circle? If we turn it into a cylinder, do you think cylinders would be strong? Let's make a few and find out. All right, so if I test out 1 cylinder, oh, it totally holds the baking soda. What if I make 2? You think we can stack those one on top of each other? Oh, look, they are super strong. So I put these on top of my other cards, and I'm getting ready to add my baking soda. And I've tried to be very careful. Oh, and it still collapsed. Well, let's try again. What if I put my cylinders right next to each other? I put 2 on the same floor, 2 on the same level. And now I put my baking soda on top. And it looks like it's going to stay. And we'll measure it. I made it to 18 inches that time. And my baking soda is sitting on top. So I would love to see what you guys make. See how tall of a tower you can make and what different shapes you can use. So I hope you've enjoyed being a paper engineer today, making tall structures in different shapes to make them sturdy and tall. And I will see you next time for Mad Science. Bye.